This is the Cholo News Report for Sunday 25 August 2019. Crowds gather in Port Moresby, Papua New Guinea to show solidarity and to campaign for the freedom of West Papua, which is under Indonesian control. Meanwhile, churches push the government of Papua New Guinea to take a firm stand on the situation. Harassment of Papuan students in Javanese cities on and Indonesia's Independence Day anniversary last week has sparked widespread protests in Papua. Papua's provincial governor has expressed concern for the well-being of the students, as an ongoing target of Indonesian nationalist civilian militia. In a statement, it said that if Papuan students receive no guarantee of security from local government and police, they should return to the region and continue studies there. The Israel Defense Forces say their air force has struck multiple Iranian Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps targets in Aqaba near the Syrian capital Damascus. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu claims an Iranian attack on Israel using armed drones was imminent. Syria says it has repelled the attack and shot down most of the attackers' rockets. The Israeli Defense Forces were on high alert on Sunday, ahead of a possible retaliation after IDF aircraft struck Iranian targets in Syria on Saturday night. The Iranians want to set up an army in Syria and open a front in the Golan Heights. We will not allow them to do so, he said, confirming that Israel had carried out a campaign on Syrian land against Iran. According to IDF spokesperson Brig.Gen. Ronan Manilis, the Quds force was planning to strike northern Israel on Thursday by launching several armed drones against the targets. Brazil readies its military to fight wildfires in the Amazon rainforest, but does not deploy troops. European leaders on Friday threatened to tear up a trade deal with South America, reflecting growing international anger at Brazil as a record number of fires in the Amazon rainforest intensified an unfolding environmental crisis. Amid a global chorus of concern and condemnation, Brazil's right-wing President Jair Bolsonaro pledged in an address to the nation to mobilize the army to help combat the blazes, while his administration launched a diplomatic charm offensive to try to mend bridges overseas. Polls show Brazilians overwhelmingly oppose his policy on the environment, and as he spoke to the nation, residents in large cities across Brazil banged on pots and pans, in a traditional Latin American form of protest. World Brazil has 44,000 troops stationed in its northern Amazon region that are available to combat forest fires, but fewer than 50 have been deployed. In Porto Velho in Rondônia State, 2 planes would be made available that have capacity to carry 12,000 liters of water mixed with fire retardant, as well as an infantry brigade, river patrol forces and the local office of the Defense Ministry's Amazon Monitoring Unit, he said. On Saturday, fewer than 50 personnel were sent from Brasilia to Porto Velho to support operations there, including 30 firefighters and 18 communications specialists, Botelho said. Voters in Nauru go to the polls to elect new members of parliament. Australian aid and payment for offshore detention are vital for Nauru's economy, opposition politicians claim. They have been forced to flee the tiny nation in recent years. Authorities already face accusations of misconduct, including awarding Chinese people citizenship. Dame Meg Taylor, the Pacific Islands Forum Secretary-General, in a statement thanked Nauru's Electoral Commission for the invitation to observe the polls. We are continuing to build the finances of our nation, and have set up Nauru for future generations, he said, adding that the government had delivered surplus budgets and transformed the economy.